What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the King Sense channel. Now this is the place where we appreciate and also celebrate the art of fragrances. Now we got 3 goals on this channel, which are be your best, look your best, and of course, smell your best. Now my job is to help you do just that. If that's something that has your attention, show your support by hitting that like button, leaving a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Come and be a part of the family. We would love to have you. I hope everybody had a blessed week, a blessed weekend, and I wish you many more. Now, let's get on to the feature presentation. So today, the time has come for us to discuss what this new special edition Pineapple Vintage release is all about. All right, so before I do anything, and before I say anything else, I want to let everybody know I am in no way, shape, or form sponsored by Parfums Vintage. So my opinion, my thoughts, and my review are never influenced by any company or anyone. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the juice. Now, real quick, Parfums Vintage is a indie/niche house. They do a lot of interpretations. They do clone fragrances, and they also do original creations as well. All right, if you have never heard of this particular brand, I will leave links in the description where you can go and check them out. All right, they do offer samples as well. So guys, let's talk about Pineapple Vintage number 6, right? Pineapple Vintage number 6. And here is the box that it will come in, okay? Now mine is the 100 ml. All right, here is that beautiful artwork that you will see on pretty much all of their boxes, I believe. So if you look closely, there is a number 3. And I have yet to find out what the number 3 represents. There may be something tied in with the artwork. But if you look closely, there is some pineapples there, if you look real close. But anyway, guys, this is what the fragrance came in. Again, this is Pineapple Vintage Intense number 6, okay? Now, the number 6, from my knowledge, represents the years of service that the company has been providing to its customers, all right? So 6 years in the making of Parfums Vintage. This is their celebration. This is their anniversary edition, if you will, but also known better yet as a special edition of Pineapple Vintage Intense, all right, which is one of their best-selling fragrances to date. Now, the bottle, okay, so real quick, the bottle will come in this satchel, all right, it will come in this satchel. That is absolutely beautiful, something different. This is the first time that they ever have done something to this extent. All right, so for the bottle, guys, I'm going to slowly unveil this. I'm going to slowly reveal it for you. Don't blink because you might miss it, okay? Man, look at this bottle. Guys, look at this bottle right here, okay? I don't find this to be nothing short of amazing. That's just my opinion, okay? Somebody else, you may think otherwise, and that's okay, all right? But my opinion, this is absolutely gorgeous. I love blue. Blue is my favorite color, all right? So you have a pineapple leaf like cap here, and it is pretty heavy, all right? This is not plastic, from what I can tell, okay? And then you have this raised emblem, represents Parfums Vintage or Pineapple Vintage there, as you can see, okay? Now, the bottles, there is 3 bottles, so you have the gold, and then you have the volcano red, and then this one is, I believe, like electric blue or something like that, okay? So you got 3 options. All right, and I chose this one because I just felt like everybody was going to be pretty much reaching for the gold one. So I always go left when people go right, or I always go right when people go left. Okay, so I chose blue. All right, so real quick, before we get too deep into the review, essentially what you have here is an enhanced version of Pineapple Vintage Intense. So we're talking about a higher concentration and also more high quality naturals and citruses. In fact, more than half of the ingredients formulated are composed of the highest odor active pineapple ingredients, natural citruses, aldehydes, and liquid creamy ambrose. All right, so now Pineapple Vintage Special Edition, or Pineapple Vintage number 6, has been in the making over a year. And in fact, this actual bottle has been macerating for over 7 months. So there has been some talk about having to put it in the refrigerator and things of that nature, but that is not necessary. That is only for shipping purposes, being that right now the US of A, or all around the world, I believe, we are all experiencing record high temperatures right now. So in the shipping process, that can affect high natural based fragrances and play a significant role on how a fragrance develops when we're talking about a performance standpoint. So real quick, there is no note breakdown for the special edition because it is pretty much the same as Pineapple Vintage Intense. So we'll just go ahead and read off the notes for that one. You have pineapple, apple, bergamot, more pineapple, rose, jasmine, patchouli, musk, ambergris, vanilla, and you have birch. If you're not familiar with the Pineapple Vintage lineup, Pineapple Vintage was originally inspired by Creative Ventus, and I believe that DNA or that particular fragrance is really what led to the success of Parfums Vintage. All right, where they went on and made some different batch variations as well as some flankers to their successor, which was Pineapple Vintage, the classic. But this one is, from my knowledge, is an enhanced version of Pineapple Vintage Intense. All right, so guys, enough of the talk. Let's get to the juice. All right, so again, here is that gorgeous bottle. Absolutely gorgeous, in my humble opinion. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a spray, and then I'm going to let you know what I think about Pineapple Vintage number 6. This one is going to start off with the juiciest, sweet, most succulent pineapple that you're going to smell in any fragrance. Man. Now I feel like the bergamot takes a back seat because of the overdose of pineapple. This one here is very pineapple dominant if you're not familiar with this lineup. Now the musk and vanilla combine this warm, sweet, woody combination that it's beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful, guys. Now the birch, I don't find this batch to be birch heavy. The birch is kind of in the back seat, maybe even in the trunk. All right, but it's definitely still in the car. It's just, to me, it's not a very smoky, woody, super smoky, woody DNA, right? But it is definitely woody. It's just not super smoky. Hopefully I'm making sense to you guys. Now this fragrance does give me like this tropical energy. Kind of reminds you of like a pineapple cocktail. But guys, I'm telling you, man, this fragrance, they knocked it out the park, man. This is super good. Super good. So overall, when we are talking about Pineapple Vintage number 6, guys, we're talking about fruity, woody, fresh, slightly tropical. Guys, we're talking about a fragrance that is something to write home about. Guys, we're talking about elegance. And man, we're talking about a sex getter. I mean, if you can't attract women with a fragrance like this, then you got a personal problem. All right. All right, so let's get into the performance factor of this fragrance. I'm gonna say this for you right now. The special edition Pineapple Vintage Intense. Guys, this is beast mode activated. You heard me. This is beast mode activated. We're talking 12 hours on skin. I'm talking about 16 hours plus on clothes. Man, this fragrance will be on your garments for over 24 hours. I mean, over a day. So guys, I'm gonna make this a little bit more clear for you. All right. This is a fragrance that will be on her pillowcase. This will be on her sheets. This will be on her blanket. All right. For over a day. She will be able to smell you in her bed for at least 2 days. That's just my opinion now. All right, guys. But that's what we're talking about when it comes to performance of this juice. It's powerful. And this will leave your DNA wherever you go. Let's talk about the compliment factor. I'm going to go ahead and crown this one as my most complimented Parfums Vintage fragrance in history. Guys, this is the most complimented fragrance from the house. I mean, this beats them all. This beats them all, man. I wore this 2 days straight, maybe even 3. I think it was just 2 days though. So I wore this 2 days straight because I wanted to test it out. I really wanted to bring you guys a thorough, in-depth review on this fragrance. All right, because I know that a lot of people will have questions. So I'm going to say this. In the 2 days that I wore this fragrance, combined, I got at least 7 compliments. Guys, if that doesn't speak volumes, if that doesn't sound like music to your ears, then you might as well just click off the video, man. In 2 days, I got at least 7 compliments. One compliment I got, I was in a store, I was in Myers, all right? And I just had to go in real quick. I was out of my soap, so I had to go in, get my Dove for Men, the charcoal clay. That's my jam. So I had to go run in and get some bar soap. So I'm in like the U-scan line, you know, where you check out with the computer. And there was no bags there. So I asked a young lady that was next to me, I said, excuse me, ma'am, you know, could you pass me a bag? You know, so she passed me a bag. And as she passes me the bag, guys, she says, and I just wanted to let you know, you're smelling awfully good today. So, I mean, of course, I was smiling big as day, man. I wasn't expecting it, especially with me having a new fragrance on and not knowing the power of the fragrance. Guys, all I could do was smile big as day, but I told her I appreciate it. You got to make sure that you thank them for the compliments. The same energy you receive, give it back to them. So I definitely expressed my gratitude towards her. And I kept it moving. So I'm gonna share another compliment with you. So I was at a festival with a live band. There was a lot of food trucks and different things of that nature. So I went up to a particular truck. This truck was making, man, they made an incredible drink for me. It was non-alcoholic, but I believe it was like a juice. This was like a juicing truck. So they were juicing vegetables and fresh fruits. So I think I got like a watermelon, pineapple juice. And man, it was amazing. But anyway, so it took a couple minutes for him to make the juices. But when he finally made mine, he called me up there. And it was 2 women that were in front of me. So I just said, excuse me. And then I proceeded to grab my drink. So as I grabbed my drink and as I began to put the straw inside of the drink, just to see what it's talking about, the lady behind me says, man, you smell good. So of course, again, guys, I expressed my gratitude, gave her the same energy that she gave me, and I kept it pushing. But guys, you know, compliments at work, it seemed like everywhere that I was going, I was getting complimented on this fragrance. And you know my spray routine, I do not believe in over spraying. I do not believe in over applying. So we're talking 4 to 5 sprays of this juice. I believe I had on 4 that day. So guys, that is the power of special edition Pineapple Vintage 6. So some of you may have the question, Mr. King, since if I already have Pineapple Vintage Intense or anything from the Pineapple Vintage line. Do I need this fragrance? Is it absolutely necessary? And I'm gonna say no. It's not. It's not. It's not a totally different DNA, right? It's the same DNA, but you're just gonna get a little more richness, a little more depth, and then you're also gonna get some more smoothness in this DNA. And I believe that's what really makes this one stand out versus the others. This fragrance is expensive. I believe for the 50 ml, it's like 140 something bucks. And for the 100 ml, which I got, I believe it was like 260, 250, somewhere around that mark. But guys, you know, it does cost a pretty penny. So I'm going to say if you already have that lineup, it's not necessary. All right. But I do recommend the fragrance for sure. Absolutely do recommend it. All right. So guys, there you have it. That's my opinion on the new special edition Pineapple Vintage 6. All right. And I just want to say I love the house. If any representative is watching this video, I love the house. Appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep it up. And I'm just glad to be a part of the Pineapple Vintage family. All right. So guys, if you tried this fragrance, let us know down below what's your thoughts. Do you find yourself disliking this fragrance? Okay. So also, what are some other bangers from the house that you have, especially some new releases? I want to hear what you guys are rocking when it comes to the house of Pineapple Vintage or Parfums Vintage anyway. So yeah, man, there it is. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I will try to answer them. And until the next time, be blessed, be safe, and Mr. King Sense is out.